Hey, hello everyone. I just realized I probably forgot to bring something, but it's okay. It's okay. We have other things to use. Never mind. How are you today? Welcome to the fourth week of building the tiny mansion, um, haunted mansion, miniature haunted mansion. Um, and yeah, as always, thank you for joining me. And so, ooh, bring it. Ah, no. I'm just dropping things in the background. It's fun. Because yeah, I wanted to let's do the split screen. Hi, Gala. Uh, yay! I finished the stove from yesterday. I'm wondering. Let me know if I'm putting. Ooh, if I'm making this light stronger, can you see better or worse? Because honestly, I cannot decide. It feels like it's actually making the shadows stronger. So I'm gonna reduce it just to feel light, basically. So yeah, so I'll bring it to the camera and you can see all the details. I added some black. There you go. Some black to dirty it up. And aside from the highlights that we did yesterday, I also added a few more, like, these little details of like screws or whatever, something like that. Um, and yeah, and much excitement. I enlarged the doors. So yeah, so I only did it in the layered walls. I haven't gotten to the do it in the walls in the cardboard, the gray board. Partly also because I wanted to check with you that this looks alien, that this actually does look like a good size. um, and I think it's definitely looks also in proportion to the height of the walls. It looks more like, oh yeah, people can walk through that without, you know, bending over. So yeah. Um, so I did make the wall the there's the only one that I didn't change. Thank you. So happy to hear. So the only one that I didn't change is in this one, that is basically it's under these stairs. That's kind of the door that's where they would take their coats, to that little dirty hallway. And yeah, it's very small, but I feel like, I don't know. You tell me, does that feel like, okay, that's just a midget door, no one can go through it? Or does that feel like, okay, it's a very small door, but it's meant to be hidden, so it's okay? What do you think if you compare these two sizes of doors? Because it is very short still, but I don't know. I can make the decision a bit later, also, but um yeah, so that's kind of like the oven and the doors. And today what I want to do, um yeah, let me know what you think about this still one, and we'll talk about that, or I'll decide later. I haven't decided yet if I should. It was to begin with smaller than the other doors, but now it feels a lot smaller, so I'm not sure. um but yeah, basically, if we bring the kitchen in, Come in, kitchen. I've accidentally turned that light completely off. So this is here, and the oven will be standing here ish. Yeah, pretty much like this. And yeah, the stairs are lying down at the moment, but that's okay. And what we're going to do today is actually build the table. Yeah, like the work surface. I'm gonna move to full screen on that. I think the door below the stairs can be smaller and thinner than other if it's meant to be kind of hidden and inclusive, but it might be. Yeah, I know. It's really tiny right now. It really looks super tiny. So I'll think about it. We'll give it a think, and we'll see how it goes. But for now, let's move to the desk and start working on a table. That's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. All's good. Yeah. So the one of the characteristics, of course, I'm saying one of the correct characteristics that I found of yeah. So I have this backlight, the one that I'm playing with right now. That I use it on very low, like this usually, as a filler light, just because it's after dark here, so it's artificial. Yeah, and it is a warmer light. I just don't. That's the best option that I have, I guess. Also because it has a dimmer, so I can kind of play with how much light I'm adding. But yeah, if I'm putting a lot of it, then it's kind of yellow. So now it should be a bit more neutral. Um, yeah. So we're going to work on a table that will stand in the middle of the kitchen because, according to my research, that is a characteristic of the Victorian kitchen, that they had the work surface as a table in the middle and not something that is connected to a wall. So what I've done, these are parts. Yeah, I've basically pre-cut what I want to use as for the table. So I used, this is a little piece of MDF that I do want to add wood texture, and there's two options of how to do it that I was thought of. Just a sec. One option is to use the same wood paper that I always use. Basically, this one is already colored. I colored a bunch of them because for the flooring, so I have a lot now. So this is one option. The other option that I'm kind of actually thinking more about is using this stamp. Basically because it has this kind of the board feel that I feel it'll be fitting with a table. I'm not sure yet. I mean, what I would probably do is actually stamp and see how that comes out. And if I like it, great. And if not, we'll use this. That's how that's how I play. And the idea is because wood, the wooden table would usually have, you can see the planks sort of, but because it would be smoothed over. And that's a perfect opportunity to use a stamp that gives you the look of wood grain, and in this case also a bit of the plank look, but it doesn't give you the texture. This one is I mean, it is wood, but because it's actual wood, the scale is sometimes a bit tricky. So we'll just play with it and see how it comes and what it looks like. Um, these are these are the legs that I cut from one of those. It's like those big matches, the very long ones. They're thicker, so it's like a nice thicker piece of wood. And these are supporters. And I'm missing something. Ah, yeah, there it is. So I also have supporters that I cut from normal size matches. Those will be like lower supporters. I'm not entirely sure how clear I am now, but it will be once I'll build things. So I think I'm going to start with the stamping just to see what I feel like. Yeah, I cut those pieces from toothpicks as an optional round supporters, but I think I like the square one more. Okay, so for stamping, I'm gonna just, yeah, I have cut this piece of craft cardstock the same size as our little MDF table. I could probably stamp directly on the MDF, but I'm not sure. Also, I wanted to check first if I like it or not, so it makes sense to kind of, yeah, work on a piece of paper first. So I'm gonna take this nice brown ink. It's archival ink, so oil-based ink, permanent ink, and all the good stuff. And let's just see how that comes out. Actually, just a sec. I'm just checking on the stem, like where we have some nice grain. But actually, what I'm going to do is try and basically double stamp it with a bit of a sliding it to the side to create a double plank. So I'm gonna just, because it's such a tiny piece, I can just do it on the stamp itself. And I can see in the stamp where the planks are. So where the kind of edges of the planks are. So I'm just going to down, stamp it nicely. You usually stamp, bring the stamp to the paper, but then it's such a tiny piece. Sometimes it's easier to do it the other way around. You can see what that looks like. And what I'm going to do now is actually take it again and and kind of slide it a bit, so I will get basically the purpose is to sort of half these pieces to create a narrower pieces of wood. So just a sec, I'm just figuring out where to put the stamp. Where would it work best? Like this. Yeah, this is me thinking out way too much, but that's just normal. Okay, I think it's gonna be fine like this. Checking again for some reason. And yeah, it's not perfect. That's also okay, I guess. Let's just see how it looks. Yeah. So it does create a bit the layering kind of pace. Yeah, you can see there's like the image of more planks, which I rather like. Let's see. So these are basic. The option is basically using either this or this. Well, I'm going to also, if I'll find it, there it is. I'm going to use this bone folder to kind of go over where the lines between the planks are to create a bit of, yeah, the feel of the planks, giving the image that, yeah, there is, it's not just one piece surface, that it was built from something. And even this little bit of, I don't know if you can catch it in the camera, but even this little bit of kind of lines, it adds a lot. Which I can use also on this. So I don't know. I'm now tempted to use this, of course, because that's how I do things apparently. I plan on one thing and then I go straight for the other. But yeah, okay, let me try this. Starting with just cutting this to the size of this bit. I'm not sure. Yeah, I might need to go and get my distress inks in a bit, but we'll see. Yep. Okay, so just following this line. And then basically I'm cutting on the inside of the line because the line was actually on the outside of the shape. So you want to cut a bit inside to get the right side. And yeah. Okay, and now what I would do, I have the, yeah. I'm just going to cut it into planks. And I think that what I'll do is also purposely shift them around so they don't actually continue each other's pattern. Yeah, I think I like this better. Surprise, surprise. So let's just go over the edges again to accentuate the fact that it's different planks. And I'm doing this because this is supposed to be a kind of, an old and used table. So it's not in a good shape. We'll add a few scratches in a bit. Because, it's been used. There were knives on it, and I'm sure that every now and then someone missed the chopping board and scratched the table. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no worries. Busy hands. I can't. Yeah, now I'm being mean. I'm asking you questions when you can't answer. Thank you for being here. Cool. So do this. This is a fairly simple build, really, and one of the reasons I chose to do the table today is actually because I have. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's. You'll be busy then. Enjoy your bath. And not a good time to type with your wet fingers. No. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to do something fairly simple today because I am going to do another live later on, a little bit later, on Olga's channel with snip art, I think Olga's YouTube channel and Snip Art's Facebook, if I remember correctly. I'll put the link in the chat a bit later. It's actually so yeah. I'm very bad with time zones, but I believe we start an hour and a half after I finish. I hope so because I still have some prepping to do. But also, as you might know, if you've seen me doing lives, I am notorious for not finishing my project during the live. So I feel confident that I will do that again. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be pretty cool. I think that we're going to do some nice spooky things with Snip Art products. Snip Arts, they have a lot of different products actually, but I think that they're most known for their chipboard pieces with different shapes, and they just use chipboard materials to create. Well, there's a lot of like 3D shapes and stuff that you can use as your base. I'll be using a little coffin because we are doing spooky stuff. Partly because, it's Halloween month, and mostly because it's me and Olga. And when we get together, we do spooky because that's what we like. Okay, so just darkened it a bit in a very non specific way, basically. And I'm gonna just rebuild this. I'm trying to remember if like on a wooden table like this would they have nails and stuff, but I don't think so. So I don't think I'll put nails. Just making sure that I am actually breaking up the pattern as much as I can here. I might stain it again later, but for now, I think that would look good. So let's just glue it down. So we can start gluing the legs and stuff and, building the table. It's important things. Oh, oh, did you block? No, I don't know if I have a pin here to open it. Ah, there you are. Sometimes I've noticed like when this it never happens when it's new, but after a while sometimes it does get a bit, the nozzle can get a bit blocked every now and then, but it does a fairly good job of not doing that, so that's good. Okay, so just placing this down. Um, Next other. Okay. Hey, stay put, please. And this, the piece that I used, it already had some Mod Podge on top of the inking, so it already has this sort of little shine of polished wood. So that's basically it for the top. I can already see that I did make it a little too big. So I'll let it dry for a second and then I'll cut it off. I think that for the sides, I might use my craft knife to create some scratches and stuff. Let's see. I think, those are like finishing touches. I can also just use paint. Yeah, just use paint to create sort of the fill of wood with brush strokes. But first, let's just build the table itself. So let's bring it here. These are the legs, and these are supporters that hopefully I've cut right. Basically, that's supposed to be like the guide in a way. These are exactly between two legs. So two legs will be on this side, and then see there's this piece here that is between two more legs. Something like that. Yeah, and the only thing I need to be sure is not to mix these ones with the legs, because I do not feel like fixing up the a oh, just a second. I don't want to need to fix the height afterwards. Let me know, by the way, if I'm starting to talk to my project like I did yesterday. I apparently have this tendency. So let me know if I start mumbling and talking to myself, basically. Okay, so basically what's supposed to happen also is that, oh, did I take that's a knife, right? Making sure, is that a leg or, see, that's where problem starts now. So basically, this little frame here is supposed to be, if I have these squares here for the legs, that's exactly where they're supposed to sit. So I'm going to kind of set it on the bottom of the desk first, to glue this down, and then glue the legs, because it will give me the perfect placing and support for the legs. Gonna just, and I'm using the heavy body gel again to make sure that it's going to be nice and strong. And yeah, one of the reasons that I chose to use these toothpicks is that, yes, they are square, which is very convenient, but also they're very not perfect. They have a lot of, yeah, like cheap. Basically, they're square-ish in a way. They're not a perfect square, and I like that because it gives the feel of something um, that is old, used, chipped, not in a good state, and all those things that I'm aiming for basically in this project. So yay for matches. Actually, did I say toothpicks? These are matches. Okay, so that's the first one, and I'm just making sure that it's as straight as I can here, and also trying to make sure that it's pretty much in the middle here. So yeah, because I think it's good enough anyway, I guess. I hope. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Yeah, probably. And just glue this down. And I'm using these tweezers. It's one of my favorite pairs of tweezers. I have several of them. So And what's useful about them is that angle that it allows me to, yeah, to see better what I'm doing, basically. So yeah, just a little bit of glue. You can. Okay, that was unexpected. Um, sorry, are they both pixel? It's matches. Matches. I just keep confusing. But yeah, no, the square ones are matches. They're the these long ones. I should probably, yeah, long ones that are, I don't know. I think they're generally meant for grill and stuff, but I use them for miniatures and things. I guess. Um, yeah, and I am what I'm using to put the glue on is a toothpick because it's convenient. Okay. Okay. So this is the base. And I think that actually before I'm gonna cut off the extra of the wood paper from the top before I put the legs on. I feel like that would be, I know, it might be harder to reach at that point. So I'll just do it now. I'm also going to use this. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Maybe you didn't put enough glue. Let's add a bit. Yeah, that's probably too much, but that's okay. Let's put you back in place, you. Okay. Just removing some of the excess of the glue. In kids section of crafts, those. Oh yeah. I think I've seen them sometimes, but the only ones I could see lately are a lot thicker. So I just use these matches. But yeah, you can find them in kids' craft areas. You can find different thickness as well. So yeah, they can be very useful. But if you have the matches at home, why not use those, right? Okay, I'm actually gonna let that dry for a bit, and I'm just gonna use this to try and give some scratches to the table. It also just dulls the it dulls the shine of the collage medium that I put on it, so that helps the table to look old and used. So that's yeah. We'll probably do some more of that later on, but for now, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to use this pick to just do a few scratches here and there. Just, yeah, especially actually, it's much more visible in areas that are darker. So, yeah, That looks more used. Okay, that's cool. Okay, good start for now. Let's put some legs on. So for that, I can just take a little blob of glue, little, very little, and put it right where the legs is supposed to be, both on the bottom and on the sides, basically. And yeah, that's going to be definitely enough. And just kind of press it in. And yeah, try to make sure that it's actually straight, because that's the challenge with these things. They're not, they're not completely straight. I did try to, when I cut them, I did try to obviously cut them as straight and as I can, and also to use the nail file to file them a bit so they are actually 90 degrees, but not always working, so we'll just try our best. And yep. We'll have supporters afterwards. I want to add the yeah. So what I showed you before, the little pieces of the toothpick that are a little bit narrower, a little bit no, yeah. I want to add them here as supporters afterwards. So we will have that to strengthen the whole structure, but um, but I'll probably give it a bit of time to dry before I do that, because yeah, because when the glue is very fresh, when it's not dried at all, it's just gonna move constantly. So it's better to just let it set a bit and then do this. There we go. Oh, come on. Do you call that 90 degrees? Because it's not. That's better. Okay. That's it. I don't know if you can see, but this edge is actually kind of a triangle. But it's a used and abused table. It's been through a lot, okay? It's allowed to be chipped and miserable, but I would prefer it to actually not be too crooked. So I'm gonna just gently look, yeah. And my friends, it is stable. Rustic. Yes, that's the word. Thanks, Leanne. Honestly, I need word sport constantly. During these lives, I'm constantly forgetting words. Okay. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is just, I'll let this set a bit. I just want to make sure that these are the right length. And I wanted to check, hopefully, and I believe that I can, that this is long enough. Please be long enough to have another extra support in the middle. Yeah, I believe it will be. I'll just chop the head off. Ooh, okay. It's nice about this. Yeah, the Tim Holt scissors just cut through it so easily, so that's cool. And that should be, we'll need it to be a little bit longer because I want basically to put supports between the here, like between the two legs and the short side, and then one stick in the middle um, to hold it. Let's hope it'll work. Trying to see. I think I can start doing that. Let's hope I'm right. So yeah, just adding glue on the two sides. I should probably wait longer, but hey, we're live and I'm impatient. So I'm just gonna do it now, just very carefully. Fix it between. Oh, it's a little short, I think. Okay, that's not good. Because I don't want to push them closer together. So yeah, they're a little too short. We'll just have to cut up another match. That's okay. Trying to, yeah, some of these are super not straight. Let's call it this way. Okay, so if this is, I'm just gonna use my pencil to mark this. And cut it with the scissors. Let's see if this is actually the right length this time. Yes, that's good. Pancakes are important. Very important, Olga. And I am still jealous for them. Even though I did have pancakes earlier this week. Or maybe even because. I think pancakes are one of those things that the more you have, the more you want them. Okay. Gently placing it in between. Oh, it's a little bit crooked. I don't know, do I mind? Maybe it's good that it's crooked. Let's see. Yeah. The important thing is that it's staying nice and stable. Good. Okay. And yeah. It's nice that it's really just, it's basically the same, but I don't know if you can see it, just a touch narrower than the larger toothpicks. And that's just enough to give this, to give this support a nice feel. Tried them yesterday and one's, ooh, no, no. Pancakes never last. But, that's their destiny. And thank you. I am rather liking the table as well, although I still need to. I might actually, in the end, put on the side, I'll use the same wood that I've put on top, maybe on the side as well. Yeah. Now we'll do the other side. So just marking it with my pencil, scissors. Cut. Again, we're just gonna test it. See, this one is a bit maybe too long. Probably that means that the legs are not completely straight, but you know what? It's standing straight, so I don't care. As long as the table has balance, I'm good. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some glue right here. There we go. And add it in. And I'll try to be sure to put it at the same height where I put the support on the other side. And yeah, that feels right. Now I'm going to have to let it dry for a bit because otherwise everything will fall down, but let's just check that this length works. Yeah, it will work. So that's good. But yeah, I will let it dry for a bit because yeah, like I said, it will all fall apart otherwise. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna just use again this die pick to actually go over the lines between the planks that I cut. Try to move, wait, try to do it in an angle that you can actually see with the light. And that will kind of open up sort of basically creating a sort of a made up space between the planks and accentuate their existence, basically. So, yeah, just to, again, it just gives the table more of a rustic, used, I don't know, yeah, um, all those things. New furniture have tiny support at least on one leg. Yeah, yeah, it's very tiny, but it will add to realism if. Oh, you mean like yeah, put like a tiny yeah, but it's actually balanced, and I'm so proud that it's balanced. I don't want to destroy it now. They always do they? I don't know. I'll see. Maybe I think that we'll also have like a tiny stool somewhere in the kitchen, and maybe we'll make the stool unbalanced, but I feel like, this is like a very big piece of furniture. Um, and I mean, okay, yeah, it's tiny, but it's like a gigantic piece of furniture in the kitchen. So maybe that actually managed to stay stable. It's also one of those things that I feel like, in reality, when you have such a huge, heavy top, I don't know how unbalanced it would be. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making excuses for not putting tiny little support papers under the bottom of the legs. We'll do it somewhere, yeah. 'Cause I definitely like that idea. Okay, I think we can put in the support. Not actually sure that it's long enough. Are you short? Are you too short? No, it's holding, maybe. It's a little, it's like it's holding by the glue, not by the wood. But it still seems to be holding. So that's something. Okay. So yeah. Now obviously all of these would uh, will have to be kind of, I'll go over it with some ink to stain it and make it look old and miserable. Um, but for now, I do believe we have a nice little table. So let me say hi again. Hello. And yeah, let's see. So you can see there's little scratches. Um, and at the bottom here, we have this kind of structure with the supports and the legs. And yeah, I do think that I'll add this kind of wood paper on the sides just to kind of complete the look of it. But for now, we'll let it sit there and dry. And I will go and prep for for my next live with Olga here. Hello, Olga. And yeah, I wanted to put the link here in the. Oh, hey, Anthony. Thank you. Yeah, so hopefully that worked. Yeah, so this is the link for today's Sneap Art Live. That's on Olga's channel. Olga, if you're still here, let me know, because I know with the as far as I know that Sneapart often does giveaway, but if you want to participate in the giveaway, you have to be on the Facebook, I think. I don't know if it works through YouTube. So let me know, but yeah, we can always send people to the Facebook afterwards. Thank you so much, Anthony. Yeah, I mean, what's life without the little scratches in your table? It's definitely true about this table. Speaking of this table, I have to cover it because I think that I'm going to use some sprays in the live with Olga, and I'm not sure No, I am sure I do not want to clean the spray all over the table afterwards. Have a giveaway, and it has to be shared from Facebook. Okay, so I can. Okay, so you basically, for the giveaway, you have to be you have to be on the Facebook, on Snipout Facebook. But yeah, we can probably put the link in the live afterwards because I don't have it here. But also, it's just Snipart on Facebook. It's not hard to find, I think. Yay! Yes, crafting is always messy. Um, and that's part of the fun, really, I feel. So yeah. Okay, so we have a tiny table. I think tomorrow we'll continue with the kitchen, probably doing some shelving and cabinets behind there. Let's see. Actually, before we're doing this, we let's see how it fits in the kitchen. The kitchen that has all the walls have fallen yet again. One day we'll glue them down, but yeah. Oh, the oven. Okay, I'll move the stairs because they're supposed to stand like this, but basically. Oh, come on, stove. You can stand here. I know the floor is completely uneven, but please. Ta-da! Maybe, okay, let's turn it around so you can actually see and hopefully not dropping the stove. But yeah, And I'll put this light back on a bit so you can see a bit better. Yeah, I do believe that it actually works in the size. So yay. Yes, I agree, Anthony. I mean, yeah, I think that, you know what, even as a kid, I had a t-shirt that said, I'm not messy, I'm creative. I'm both. It just goes together for me. Um, but yeah, yeah, so yeah, the stairs will be here on this corner, so there's enough space for the table. It should be a big table because, you know, you need to work on it. And tomorrow we'll add some shelving on this wall, I think. um, we might add a little bit of either like a cabinet or a little desk over here under this window. And I think, yeah, and afterwards I do plan to do the dumb waiter as we discussed. It will be right here next to the stairs. So somewhere here, because that's the only place that it makes sense with the upstairs. So that's where it'll be. We'll get to it. For now, I will drop the stairs, apparently, and also just say thank you so much for joining me yet again. And I will see you later on Olga's channel and tomorrow on this channel, continuing with the little kitchen. Yay! Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of the evening, day, and whatever time it is in wherever you are. Yay! I'll see you later. Bye.